after traveling on the road for many a days. The first city that's broken the copper road and actually stood in your path. You found a nice place to stay, sold some crap, not in any particular order, and went to sleep for the night, enjoying the delicious food from Bick. You woke up in the morning, went downstairs, and discovered a letter had been left for you requesting you meet in the grain district. After a hearty omelet from that same chef Bick, you headed north the grain district to discover who is this H. You find the place described and enter a dark alley underneath some of the granary buildings. And at the far end, you found a charcoal gray tiefling, his wings folded tight against his back like a cloak, and he introduced himself as Inspector Halloran. And he requested your assistance with a unusual problem in the city that he does not have the means to resolve himself, or at least he doesn't believe he has the capability of doing so. Taking you to a nearby merchant to show you the evidence of these strange burglaries, you investigated and discovered this is some strange magic, and he was probably right to get you guys to help. And upon further conversation, you discover the vault that you're investigating contained a wealth of knowledge of personal safes. And
Ugh.
Halloran stands over Thargun. As you guys were told, well, for criminal activity, you should probably go talk to Lamar, a tiefling in the sandbanks. And Halloran gave you some directions, and you guys headed out, leaving them to have a staring contest. As you step out into the autumn air, morning has fully settled over Hydar.
Who died?
Hmm?
You said everyone's in mourning. Who died?
No, I said morning has settled.
Right, like a pall has fallen over.
Well, the city's awake. The sun is coming up.
Sorry.
You don't see anybody crying yet, but you guys only just got here.
We'll fix that right in a jiffy.
But yeah, you guys step outside. The mills are already turning. Grain dust hangs in the air, a pale golden haze wherever the light catches it. Somewhere above the street, a lift chain rattles over iron teeth before dropping back into the city's constant mechanical rhythm. Nothing about the district has slowed for the burglary. Porters still move, ledgers still change hands, wagon teams still grind past with stacks of stamped ugh, sacks for export. Whatever's been taken, whatever Halloran fears it means, the city has not granted the courtesy of stopping.
Well, if memory does serve, we were going to meet some other shady contact um, while the inspector was looking into. Um, the little handheld safes that the safe guy was making.
Yes.
Lamar down
Bargain.
in the Soul Banks.
Yeah, the sandbanks. Yep, Halloran gave you a name and directions. Tiefling in the sandbanks, purple lamp, knows things that do not get written down. Are you guys following Halloran's directions blindly?
Well, no, we're going to keep our eyes open. Well, we're going to follow
Well,
his directions.
well, that's a good choice. Because if you had said yes, it would have been way funnier.
Just all walking around with those blind canes.
Well, you guys have your carriages, so
Oh, cool! Even better. We'll drive around with our blind canes.
yep. The grain district falls behind you, and the merchant core is tight and busy as soon as you enter it. Tall structures, counting houses, businesses, etc. As you make your way through the heart of the city. Then you make your way into the lanes. That's the place that you went the day before to find a blacksmith. It's a large stretch of city, but it's still tall and twisty, windy, nothing straight streets. And the further south and west you move, the less the city bothers to keep up the appearance of function. Stone gives way to patched timber in places. Walls lose their finish. Drainage stops pretending to be elegant and behaves like runoff. The streets sag. Old structures lean against one another. Some of them, you could only guess they were standing like that for years. Then you reach the sandbanks. It begins without announcement. One street becomes two half streets divided by standing water and broken planking. A row of narrow buildings gives way to low sheds on stilts. Beyond them, the ground flattens into damp, silty stretches, broken by salvaged walkways, mooring posts, storage shacks, and places that look abandoned until someone steps out of them. See the river again here, or at least the broad gray movement of it between pilings, barges, and hanging chains. But as you approach, you realize your carriage is not going to make it in this place.
Well, I suppose we'll have to dismount and continue on foot.
All right. Just gonna leave him out in the open.
No, we'll have him turn around and go back to the inn and just park there.
All right. Yeah.
Walking, so pedestrian.
And as you make your way in, nothing in the sandbanks is built to last. That is evident. But everything in the sandbanks expects to be used anyway. You follow the firmer walkways where you can, picking your way across old planks and patched boards, slick with damp. Smell changes fully here. The grain and hot iron of the city center fall behind. What replaces them is wet wood, river silt, rotten fish, smoke, standing water. and something that is a sickly sweet smell that you're all too familiar with. But as you follow Halloran's directions, you do not make it far before you're noticed. Three individuals drift into your path where the walkway widens around a leaning post and a stack of crates. Blah. They look local, river worn, hard, practical. But they seem to be blocking the way forward. One is broad across the shoulders, a patched wool coat. The other is younger and leaner, with a broken and reset nose on his face, and a large boat hook resting across one of his shoulders. The third stands a little behind the others, with his hands tucked under his arms, looking you up and down. The broad one steps forward and looks over your shoulder, looks out to the river, and says, "You're walking like you expect to find something."
You're
Yeah.
talking like you want a foot up your ass.
So then you're lost. Best turn around while that's still an option.
And you're nosy.
Around. No one tells me where to go. I go where I choose. And if we choose to go this way, then you will move.
Yeah, I like the sarcastic thing that I did better.
Well, you both spoke. You spoke first, Connie, and then Samuel cut in. And
Samuel
then
wasn't paying much attention at first until you sassed the ones that were telling you to move. You know, you don't do that. You tell us to move.
well, Samuel, go ahead and give me an intimidation check. You have advantage. Mister? Ah, there he is.
He's not very intimidating.
Oh, because advantage because of me?
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, you're both talking, so. And they were both effective.
I mean, Samuel's not very intimidating. He just got a glowing red eye.
Yeah, why didn't you let me do that?
Well, regardless, it's more than sufficient enough as the broad one and the younger one are, both dumbly holding their line, and the one behind them comes up and finally speaks, tapping both of them on the shoulder and say, "Get out of the way." And they don't even hesitate when he speaks, and they just move off the path. And he looks at you guys and, "I apologize. We mistook you for somebody else. Please be on your way."
That's respect right there. See?
Have a nice
That's
day,
how you
sugar
do it.
tits.
Well, he's the smart one that clocked that you guys could actually handle yourself in the fights, and The other two didn't have that level of intelligence. They're just harassing anybody that walks on this particular stretch. But yeah, they step out of your way after you puff your chest, and they realize their chest isn't big enough to compete. And you continue. You know, for my dog that was just outside for an hour, she strangely wants to go outside again. All right. Sorry, I lost my place.
There's your place.
Too fucking windy outside.
I like windy days.
Yeah, not when it's fucking 40 degrees out.
Ah,
Mhm.
it's
Not
actually
even.
prettier.
Yeah, it must be nice. Well, that's okay. We don't have
And
fucking
it's 80
hurricanes.
degrees at my house right now.
80. It was 82 degrees today.
I know, right? It was warm today. It was pretty.
I think we hit 68 here.
I was gonna say it was nice today, but now the temps dropped and the wind picked up. So, yeah, here we
Oh,
go.
it's still like 70 something degrees here today, like tonight.
Yeah. But you keep moving, and eventually the ground firms up like Halloran said it would, the firmer part of the sandbanks, and you find the lamp. Hangs on a narrow shack. Its walls patched with salvaged timber and old boards and sheets of thin stretched metal. The metal housing of the lamp has been painted a dull purple, the color worn thin along the edges where hands or rain have stripped it back to metal. And a tiefling sits just beside it on a low stool, with a half open crate at his feet and a small ledger book balanced on one knee. He's purple, short horns curving back from his brow, and his free hand is keeps returning to the base of a horn. Quick, nervous gesture, and he picks at it. Looking down at the ledger, looking at the crate, very inconspicuously sideballing you with his eye, and then continuing to look at the ledger and the crate as you guys walk closer and closer. And the moment you approach him directly, he rises, dusts off the front of his coat, closes the ledger, and gives you a quick look from head to toe. Morning! What can I do for you?
You are Lamal?
Nah, Lamar. Whatever you want to call me. Don't call me late for dinner.
I hate this guy already.
Well, we've come to our attention that there's some weird magic bullshit going on. And that you're the person to talk to about weird magic stuff.
What, you buying or selling?
Buying.
Well, I don't have any goods in stock this time of year, but probably point you to some other brokers that might.
Well, that might
Kind
be
of
useful.
flavor.
So we're looking for something that can affect access into restricted areas without alerting everyone in the area. You know what I mean?
Oh. Halloran sent you, didn't he?
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, there happens to be a few newcomers in town. I do know of them.
And I'm guessing this amount of heat being drawn on yours and your fellows' operations is unwelcome?
Well, the council doesn't care much about the sandbanks. As long as the rest of the city looks pretty on the outside. What goes on down here, nobody cares. But those particular individuals, well, I do know of them. But that kind of information does come with some value. So, how about a bar? And if you like what you hear, another after.
What's a gold bar worth?
The platinum certified at bars, the 5,000 gold pieces one. Oh wait, hang on. Actually, I might be incorrect. That might be a brick. I wrote bar and then I didn't actually reference it in my notes. So I'm going back into my other notes to see how much a certified platinum is worth. Da, da, da. Which of course I misplaced. There we go. Certified platinum. Da, da, da. Plate, slab, and bar. Yes. So no, he would have said a plate. I apologize. That'd be 1,000 gold pieces. I had them backwards in my head for some reason. Yeah. He said it would have been, a plate up front and then a plate after if you like what you hear.
No.
Well then, I hope you have a wonderful stay in the lovely city of Hydar. I have other places to be.
Sure,
And
we
Still-
could
picks
go
up his
back.
crate and starts walking away.
Sure, we could head back and tell your good buddy what a big help
He's already
you've
walking
been.
away from you.
Where are we? Like in a shop?
No, we're on the streets.
You're in the shitty part of town.
Is this like a no magic town too?
The whole city is anti-magic.
Oh, so
Like
but
not
if
like warded or anything like that. It's just socially taboo to use magic within the city.
and even in the shitty part of town, there's not like we're in the shitty part of town, so sometimes we use magic.
You're not sure. Nobody really explained it to you.
I know we're out in the street, but what's around us?
It's a bunch of people walking around and stuff. You guys are kind of off in this little offshoot area, like think of like a cul-de-sac halfway off a road, but the road itself is, slimy, grimy, and basically in the river itself.
Items around us, like crates and things like that.
All kinds.
Hold on, I'm just trying to get to my. Let's see what I got here. Visual somatic. So like heat metal. They would like that's I literally have to do
V is
something.
verbal, so you'd have to speak the spell. Somatic is hand gestures, so you'd have to wave the spell into existence. And then M is material component, meaning you would need a components couch, or in your case, because you're a bard, your instrument as your focus, which would require you to play said instrument.
Is it possible to do it quietly?
Are you
Would
a
that be
sorcerer?
I'm not. No, obviously not.
Then you don't have subtle spell. It is possible, but not for you.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll just cast Hold Person on the guy who's just walking away.
All right. That is a
Wisdom save.
wisdom save. Okay. All right. You cast your spell. He's held in place, and the streets start getting a little thinner.
I
People are moving away.
Samuel, if you wouldn't mind just picking him up and carrying him with us,
After that,
we'll
Hey.
interrogate him somewhere else.
I scoop the guy up,
Smart,
toss him over
smart,
my
smart.
shoulder, and carry him on.
Well, I mean, there's plenty of abandoned structures all around you. It's not exactly a clean, pretty place in town.
How heavy is the crate?
The crate's about 200 pounds. You'd guess it was that much because he was oomping to pick it up.
Connie, you want to help me carry that? Maybe. Question mark.
Jake?
Sorry.
Help carry the crate.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I can help carry it. I mean, strength. I'm not proficient with it. Like I'm a
That's
Well,
weak
right.
bitch.
you just need carrying capacity. The two of you can pick
Oh,
it
okay.
up.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, as long as you're not fully encumbered with your pack and all your gear, then you should be just fine.
Okay. Excellent. All right. Yep. I got you.
Not just because I want to help him out a little bit. Like I don't want his stuff running away, but he might have some interesting stuff in the crate that we could use in our interrogation.
Indeed. Is there like an abandoned, burned out house, storefront, or warehouse nearby?
I mean, investigation or perception, you look around. There's plenty, but the specificities is where your role comes in. Yeah, there's a larger one-story structure. The roof looks like it collapsed a long time ago, but the walls are sound. The windows are covered with boards, and the door is hanging on. You didn't see anybody go in it.
Well, we head there, I think.
All right. Head inside. It's a 20-foot by 20-foot structure. It looks like it was maybe the foundation of something at one point in its life. There's boards and crates all over, and a chair with 3 legs propped up on a crate.
Sounds like a good interrogation chair.
Yep. Yep. If you wouldn't mind putting him in the chair and tying him to it. And also, he does get a save at the end of every round.
Connie's
Yeah.
Connie's good at knots. This is her expertise.
I'm just gonna roll. Yeah, so I mean, he would have immediately been, beating on Samuel, but pretty ineffectually, because Samuel would have walked over and picked him up before he got that.
Mhm.
He wasn't far
Yes.
enough away to be out of range. So yeah, he's beating on Samuel, but he quickly realizes he does not have the strength nor the power to overcome Samuel's godly bear hug.
I tie him up in the chair. And let's try this again, shall we? We were sent here for a reason. And we're not leaving here until that reason is fulfilled. And it just so happens you are the person that we need to speak to.
He clears his throat. Yeah, I got that.
Okay. So
But
can we try this again?
you have to understand, information is not free.
Yeah, well, it's not what you're asking, bud.
What's in the box?
Assortment of ceramic.
What's in the
Uh,
box?
looks like really high end china, essentially. A lot
I
of it.
wanna like grab something out of the box.
Yeah, I mean, there's plates, there's bowls, there's a couple of like nicer, larger serving dishes and stuff like that. Looks like a full like noble dining set to
Oh,
show off to all your friends.
oh, cool.
Really
Hey,
high
where'd you?
quality stuff.
I'm just playing with like a really nice plate or a bowl or something. I'm like, oh, where'd you get these?
I have my sources.
And then I like, oops, and drop one.
That's it.
And then I grab another one.
Look, I understand that you think bullying me is going to magically make me
I
tough.
drop another one before he finished that sentence.
He winces a little bit. But you have to understand.
I reach for the next one. You see what I'm doing here?
I would rather die than lose the credibility of my reputation.
Okay.
Great. This is Samuel.
No,
Do we
yeah,
have to kill
if
you all at once? Do I have to kill them all at once, or can I cut off pieces first?
You can play with your food this time.
Oh,
Now, hold on. He said he'd rather die than sully his reputation.
Samuel then pulled out his dagger and he's stepping towards the man when Under says when Alar tells him to hold on, he kind of stops the guy. But fine, I'll wait.
And I'm guessing this reputation of yours would be somewhat sullied. Should it come out that you were assisting us with Ellerin's investigation?
That's not the reputation I'm worried about.
I grab
Halloran
another
has
plate.
his uses. I have my uses. It's more of honor amongst thieves.
You just said Samuel's trigger word.
Indeed.
Indeed.
And then I begin casting a spell over him. Detect thoughts.
Hmm. All right.
And I'm going to look at this set of plates, him, and I said, now I want you to think very, very carefully. Because you said you would rather die than lose your reputation as someone who gives information for money.
Mm-hmm.
But what if you didn't die? What if I kept you alive, trapped for all eternity, just watching? Is that really worth a couple of 2-bit thieves and a magic item that gets through walls?
And I'm gonna sleep with your mom.
Leave my mom out of this. Aylar, you get a vision of a very nice human woman from his mind. His thoughts go to his mother. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Does it provide his mother's address?
You see what looks to be like a nicer house in the slums.
All right,
No,
well,
I'm
let's
kidding.
start. Okay.
Sorry, I couldn't resist. Now I distracted myself. Uh, but okay, yeah, no, you mentioned the 2-bit thieves, and you get a flash of what looks like a group of 6 individuals. Oh, where is the description? Dun, 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 dun. 2 humans, a dwarf, a half elf, an Azamar, and a gnome. Like when you mention the 2-bit criminals, though nothing comes forward when you mention the magic item or anything like that. You
Mhm.
just knows the thieves' faces.
So, how about this? You tell me where these thieves of yours are hanging out, and I won't take your soul.
Oh shit. That was way better than anything I was gonna do. I was just gonna sleep with his mom.
He pauses
So,
when you say that, and you can see his thoughts are drifting towards you could only assume would be the like upper district of the city. But there's no real clarity. It looks like he's just reimagining the times he's walked through the upper district, not like he's thinking of any specific location. But he's tight-lipped at this point. He's staring at Connie holding the plate. And he's glancing back at you, Alar, looking at Connie with the plate. looking at Samuel with the dagger. I ain't saying nothing.
Oops.
He winces.
I cast minor illusion, and I bring up his house. Just a small little model in my hand of it.
And me banging his mom inside of it.
Such a lovely place.
His eyes go a little wider. They came into town about 3 months ago asking about some weird magic crystal I'd never heard of. I sent them to talk to other brokers. Last I heard, they're in the upper district. He just collapses and starts blabbering when you show the house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I just like very dramatic, like close my fingers and just like, cancel the illusion. Their names.
Perception check on that answer.
Insight on his
Uh,
response?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Wait, do I?
And then Alar, your question, he basically says that that kind of business doesn't really deal in names. He looks genuinely terrified by Alar's illusion and threat to his home.
Mm.
You think his answer is 100% genuine and honest.
Excellent.
Lamar, I do believe you.
Good. Can you tell the shiny fucker to stop breaking my inventory?
Indeed. Connie, I do believe that has served all the purpose it's going to.
Now that he's
Okay.
complied, I'll start mending the broken plates.
He kind of raises an eyebrow and, he's already seen you guys using magic, but now he's just confused.
Well, that's how this works. You do us a favor. We do you a favor. We might have gotten off on a bit of a hostile footing, but there's no reason for any permanent damage to be wrought yet.
Oh, really? Damn.
No, it's all right, Samuel. You're the stick. I'm the carrot. That's how this works.
And he's just quiet.
In complete awe of him fixing the plates, I'm like, oh, that's cool. And I break another one. Time. No, I'm kidding. I won't break another one.
I mean, I could totally see that though. Like, ooh, that's a neat trick, and then you just like start throwing them out. Like, oh no.
Do it again.
After several minutes of fixing new broken plates, do we have a location, Alar?
I believe we give a start of a location. More than enough, I think, this. And enough that I think that we should mend fences. Your price was much too high, especially for how little you actually knew. I pull out a single 100 gold piece diamond and just place it in his palm. For the trouble. Have a nice day. And do give
turn
your
back.
mother our regards.
And I do turn back and say, in your discretion.
Well, that was never up for debate. And he's, sitting there tied up in the chair looking down at the diamond in his palm.
Is nobody gonna cut him loose?
I'll cut him loose.
Oh, he'll get himself out of that in a few minutes. Give us plenty of
It's
time
a
to get away. before-
decrepit, broken chair.
Okay, well then I won't cut him loose.
Yeah, it's more by not cutting him loose and letting him see that this diamond is, he'll break free in a few minutes. He'll be fine. He's gonna have one hell of a story to tell.
Good teamwork,
Yeah.
guys.
And yeah, you leave Lamar tied up in the chair, looking at the diamond. He's trying to lean over and look in the crate to make sure everything was still in there. He doesn't seem to be paying you guys much mind at all. Like he's
Mhm.
intentionally avoiding eye contact.
Yeah, we leave just the way we came. Well, we do have a general location in the upper city where these people are hanging out, and we do have a description of them. And I use minor illusion to just kind of. This is after we're out of his line of sight, by the way.
Mhm.
Minor illusion, like here's the people we're looking for.
Ah.
Yeah, in a city this size, it's enough to go off of if you were looking at one of them directly, but not enough that you'd be able to pick them out in a crowd.
Well, still better than none. And besides, we should be able to use detect magic to maybe home in on their item now that we got a better idea of where they're at in the city.
Detect magic only has a 30-foot range.
Yeah, it'd be locate object. That's 1,000 foot, but you'd still have to be, 5-mile tall city.
I mean, that's still better than none.
Yeah, I mean we know like the general location, right? The upper city and all that.
Yeah, the upper district is all that the different gold. The brighter gold is the like the higher end houses, like the actual like townhouses. The rest of it is and you've been close enough and you've been in the grain district and stuff like that. The rest of it is basically like 6 and 8 story buildings for a majority of that district. They were cleaner and nicer looking than the rest of the city, but that's about it. So yeah, pull off to the side and another little nook or cranny so you can show the illusion to the party.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys do now?
We should head for the upper district. Well, actually, first we should swing around and grab our carriages, and then head to the upper district.
Are you going to grab the entire carriage train or just
Yes.
one to ride in? Okay.
The same thing we drove down here. The whole
We're going
damn
to the upper
train.
district. That's where the rich people live. We have to make a statement. We have to go in full entourage. Come on now. We have to make a scene.
Exactly.
Why don't we just hire a band while we're at it?
That's a great idea. Let's head to an inn and find a mariachi band or something.
Guys, we don't need a band. and
You have a
I whip-
one-woman band in the party.
Mhm.
No,
Whip
but
it
see,
out.
it's not. It's not a gnome, dressed like Power Rangers band.
Hey, I'm really big in my hometown.
Because you slept with everybody.
I also conveniently make great music.
So they tell you, because you sleep with them.
No, but see, those
That
are
works.
from down the hall, so you know it's truthful.
Go by what they tell me.
Right. So we'll drive the whole train through, the upper district. We'll have Connie on the roof playing a set. And I'll be ensconced inside the carriage so no one can see me because they'll probably freak out if I do using locate object.
Yeah.
Love this idea.
See, this way it draws everyone closer, and we can also see if anyone spots the faces we're looking for in the crowd.
What specifically? We'll get to that, but just so I know for prep, so I can mentally prepare. What specifically are you locating object on?
So when he was thinking about the guys,
Mhm.
he was talking about like a magic crystal that they were asking about.
Yeah, they were verbally talking about magic crystals with runes on them, but there was no specifics. Nothing specific enough for locate object from what you glimpsed. Magic crystals with runes on it is not a valid enough target to specify because it's too broad of a category for locate object.
Well, so locate object has two modes, right?
Mm-hmm. What's the second mode?
It can locate the nearest object of a particular kind, such as a certain kind of apparel, jewelry, furniture, tool, or weapon.
Okay.
So it doesn't need a specific description, but something like magic crystal with runes on it. Just the closest one within 1,000 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a chance of false positives, but, how many of those could possibly be in a town that suppresses magic?
How many of your
One in
friends that
every
had
house.
oppressive parents that always somehow made it to the party?
Hey, I thought this guy ran a tight ship.
What?
He
No,
leaked where his
Halloran's the guy running around with the hammer and corks. he's not running a tight ship. He's making sure the fucking thing doesn't sink.
Right, and Lamar isn't running a tight ship. I mean, for fuck's sake, he gave away where his mother stays.
He's the one running around with the fucking drill. Well, not him specifically, but
The drill bits.
yeah.
Well, it's a good thing we're not hanging around here that long, because the underworld is probably going to hate us here.
Well, I mean,
That seems to be
you've
one
seen
of the-
streets clear quickly, but that cleared pretty quickly. Like, as soon as you started casting magic, it didn't seem like they were worried about a fight breaking out. It's like they didn't want to be anywhere near you, like you were toxic.
Right. Right, which is why I decided to lean into that whole unstable mage willing to, take people's souls and shit.
Oh yeah,
that was
and he
kinda
doesn't know
fun.
shit about magic, so he had no idea if you were telling the truth or not.
And I just wanted to break plates.
You did break the plates.
Felt like that was a nice touch.
Mm-hmm.
Worked out wonderful.
But yeah, anyway, so you guys are heading for the inn from the Sandbanks.
Yeah, see if we can catch up to the carriages before they get there. Otherwise, yeah, we'll just go to where we told Lizar to park.
Yeah, yeah. You start heading back the opposite way you came. The walk back inland feels narrower. People make room sooner. Conversations dip as you pass. And once you get past the edge of the sandbanks and make your way back into the lanes, you catch sight of a couple of constables speaking with a couple of people. But they seem to have their eyes on everybody coming in out of the sandbanks.
I just walk nonchalantly.
Hmm.
No,
Yeah.
there's no
And
problem.
eventually, you guys make your way along the like you'd know if you followed the quay and the boardwalk through the docks, you'd get to the inn from where you are and how much you've moved through the city now. You have a rough idea that if you follow the coast, you'll get back right to your inn. So you walk along. The docks are, well, docky. There's dock hands, couple of ships, lots of barges. But you eventually make your way through and reach the inn.
Great. Yeah. And when we were walking by the constables, it was our party was pretty much this.
Smile and wave, boys. Just smile and wave. But not the smile and wave part. The nonchalant, we're not a threat or a problem. We didn't do anything inside the sandbanks that would merit constables showing up. That wasn't us.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
Exactly.
I getcha.
But yeah, Lizar is there. He's checking harnesses and making sure all the horses are happy and content, and he sees you guys walking up. Ah, good morning. How was your expedition into that place?
Enlightening.
Eventful.
Oh, so I'll be leaving town soon, or is there more to do?
Afraid there's more to do.
Well,
We're going to be
where
taking
shall
the
I
whole
take you?
wagon train, and we're going to just make a nice tour of the upper district, the nicer area.
All right. Well, everything should be good to go. And he just hops up on the front carriage and just waits for you guys to all get in.
Yep, and we load up as we discussed. Connie on the roof getting her instruments ready, I think.
Oh, you were serious. Okay.
Fuck yeah, we were.
Well, actually, we want to
That's
draw the
interesting.
crowds out because maybe we'll recognize one of the faces. Plans within plans.
But yeah. So are you going to cut across? So you guys are basically where that bridge leaves. Is the map recent enough? Yeah, it's only a couple scrolls. So you guys are just north of where that bridge leaves, and kind of the nicer visiting quarters, if you can call that. So do you want to go across through the banking district or up through the grain district and make your way through the upper district that way? The upper district's kind of this spine along the edge of the city, so
Uh, doesn't matter.
okay.
I mean, I'm looking at the map and it's like from your description, we end up in the same spot to start.
Well, you have a tendency of going the what would be the shortest route if you know it exists, correct?
Yeah.
Then you would want to go pretty much due east because you'll hit the upper district sooner, but you'd have to go through the that civic center. That's what that red knife shaped one is.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll just go through the civic area. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's kind of a main road there, whereas going through the grain district, not so much. Yeah, you guys head east, make your way through. Making your way through the merchant quarter. Porters and clerks are constantly on the move through here. The city seems to move on grain and paper. But you and your massive wagon train push through the crowds. City is thicker now that day is more upon it. The streets that were merely busy in the morning have tightened into full use. Porters move in quick lines between doors. Clerks cut across traffic with wrapped packets tucked under one arm. Trade carts rattle through narrow bends, never quite look wide enough to admit them or you. Everywhere is in motion. The way north and east takes you through the merchant quarter, where the city's business shifts from sacks and lifts to ledgers, counting rooms and sealed doors. Brick rises close together, brass plaques catching light above archways. Inner offices open and close in quick glimpses of tiled floor, dark wood, and people already deep into argument about value. Streets here are still no straighter than anywhere else. They bend and narrow and force traffic against itself in awkward little negotiations of wheel, shoulder, and patience. With your guys' full train, it takes a significant amount of time to make your way through these narrow streets. Mm, You eventually make your way through and reach the upper district.
All right, Connie, hit it.
Ding, 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 ding.
What what song of your people are you playing?
Um, it's like a old timey rendition of Beyonce's "All the Single Ladies."
So you're doing a ragtime of all the single ladies?
Hell yeah.
Okay. Well, as you start playing, the streets open into the upper district. A long line of clean stone, tall facades, and shuttered windows set in rows that never quite become orderly enough to feel planned, but the roads are a little bit wider, so that's a plus. Buildings rise 6 and 8 stories, pale faced, cold shouldered. Narrow alleys slipping between them toward rear stairs and servant courts. Doors sit between shallow arches with short flights of steps. Brasswork catches the light. Carriages stand at curbs without blocking them. Porters move trunks, wrap parcels with practice economy. Servant on a balcony glances down at the sound of your approach and then disappears inside. Everyone notices the train. The music carries ahead of you off stone and shutter and glass, bright and loud enough to reach farther than the wheels. Curtain jerks aside on the third floor of one building, then closes. Man steps out onto a stoop, stops with one gloved hand on, and stares openly. It just stares.
I wink at him.
Two women in traveling silks turn to watch the lead carriage pass, and one of them stares at you with a look that's somewhere in between amusement and disbelief. Porter rolling a hand cart slides tight against the wall and waits for you to clear and muttering something to a doorman beside him. And after only really a few cross streets, you you see someone you recognize, Connie.
Oh.
You see a charcoal gray tiefling staring at you in absolute disbelief. The porter he was talking to is frozen with his mouth open mid word, and Halloran immediately starts walking towards your carriage. Do you guys stop?
Nope.
Well, I'm
Do you
inside the
just blow
carriage.
right by the guy who hired you?
Oh. I mean,
Well,
I
just
feel like he's coming to talk to us, so like I'm not gonna stop what I'm doing.
we just like open the door and like let him get in because we're moving
Yeah.
fairly slowly, right?
You never specified how fast you're going. I just assumed you were going at like, a standard gait.
Well, slow enough that we're not going to destabilize Connie up on top.
Yeah, like a horse walking, not a
Right.
gallop, like not quite a cant, but just a
Just a walk.
yeah.
Right. So we can just open the door and let him step into the carriage.
He doesn't. If you open the door, he's standing there with his arms crossed.
Bitchin' music, huh?
It's all part of the plan.
What in the void are you doing?
Get in the car,
Attracting
you
attention.
silly goose.
Do you have no comprehension of what subtlety means when I asked you to accompany me on this odd venture? I did not expect you to disrupt the wealthiest individuals and members of the council with this ludicrousy.
Get in. Get in.
I'm going to have to ask you to leave the city if this is how you're going to behave, because this is not going to work.
Halloran, you heard the man.
There's information you don't have. Get in.
If this is the result of information that I do not have, I do not wish to know the information from you.
All right, I cool it on the music.
Yeah, we'll just come to a stop. I'll just lean out. Sorry, Connie. Looks like it's canceled.
Well, that's a start. He is visibly rubbing his temples.
Well, if you don't like our way, how's your way going so far?
So I
Well,
have telepathy.
mhm.
I just speak into his mind. The thieves are a group of 6. The 2 half elves, the description you gave me, I didn't write it down, sorry. And they're somewhere in this, upper part of the city. I was trying to draw them out so that we might identify them, because while I have their faces, I do not have a name.
And he, he looks at you, clearly aware of the potentiality of magic users having some ability to speak. And I'm assuming your voice in his head is your voice. So
Yeah, yes.
he nods and walks over to the carriage and climbs in with you, quickly pulling the shutter closed. Or the curtain.
All right, I close the door And I just say, just resume our previous pace, but this time we'll keep the music off.
If your goal was to identify them by the way of their face, you think that a group of individuals that has eluded detection and capture for a couple of months is going to blatantly walk outside in the mid-morning sun to stare at a dragonborn playing. What do you play? What instrument do you play?
It's like a ukulele.
To come outside and stare at a dragonborn playing a tiny lute.
Yes.
Sounds about right.
No one expects a ukulele.
They have no reason whatsoever to believe that they didn't get away clean again. They have no reason to believe that you have any information on who they are, what they look like, or where they're staying. So why wouldn't they look out a window or stand on a balcony to see what all the hubbub is about? Blending in would be their best cover. Everyone's going to know if there's some random group of people who have like sealed themselves up and never come out in the nice part of town. They would want to blend in. They would want to act like everybody else.
And you say that Lamar said that they're renting or living here?
Yes. Would you care for a physical description of what they look like?
Yes. Tell your porter to take us to the edge of the river. If what you say is true, they're more than likely renting, and it's off season enough that the houses they would be staying in would be those, because those are the suites that are typically used for rental for merchant princes and the likes that do not stay in inns when they visit the city.
Sounds good.
Currently, it's the off time of year, so there is much less people staying there.
Right, so I just tell Lizar, all right, let's head there.
And he's like, if you would mind letting me out on the way, I was coordinating with the constables to increase the patrol routes around certain residents in the district.
Indeed. Would you care for knowing what these people look like before you go?
Sure, if you can give me a description. He pulls out a notebook and gets ready for you to start telling him what they look like.
Right, and I use minor illusion, and I just show him two humans: the dwarf, the half elf, the Azamar, and the gnome from Lamar's memories. Here's what they look like.
Right. Wizard. Then he starts jotting down notes about their descriptions.
No, yeah, this way he'll understand best his own notes.
Versus the Mr. Potato Head sketch artist.
Exactly.
Anything else they should know?
That they were looking for magic crystals with runes on them. No other description. Yet.
He kind of just gives a half shrug. It means about as much to me as Wheel of 13.
Well, if you happen, well, let's assume that they're not this dumb, but if they happen to be this dumb, and you see some people carrying a crate full of weird crystals, you might want to investigate.
I will pass it along to at least some of the trusted captains and the constables. Like I said, I'm trying to keep this from reaching the council. And he looks like he wants to say something else, but he's like holding his tongue when he's looking at you. He like closes his eyes and kind of almost starts to reach for the temple, and then stops and just let me out here. It's fine.
I'm still chilling on the roof, right?
If you want to.
Well, I feel like I would have came back in after he told me to shut the fuck up.
I mean, yeah, I mean, Alar did tell you to stop, so you probably would have gotten in if he said stop.
But
Unless you
no,
wanted to stay on the roof. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
oh, sorry, I thought you were done talking to Connie.
Yeah, I was just closing out. You said, but no.
See
To-
someone you
And then
know?
I talked.
Well, then I ask, like, see someone you know?
The faces are unfamiliar to me.
Insight.
Go ahead, roll. All right, let's see. 22. You're getting a distinct, he is being honest with you, and you're getting a lot of concern on his face.
Hmm.
You might be able to inference the concern is your party's actions entering the upper district.
Yeah.
It's fine. Everyone likes a good ice cream truck. Well, then I would tell the council, nope, that's it. Yeah, we can let you out here if you want.
Oh, yes. Thank you much. And the carriage slows down at your instruction. He steps out and starts heading back the way that you guys had just come from. But he did tell you if you head to the western edge of the district, you would find the most likely place where these particular individuals might be hiding out,
Yep.
where their nest is.
Well, there we go.
And you guys continue on your way to the west, following the curve of the grain district, and eventually you end up in well, the upper district was already quiet, well, until you guys showed up, and then it got quiet again. But there's not a lot of people moving around on the streets. But here it's even quieter. There are dozens upon dozens of what look like these, apartment blocks, so to speak, but they're, for what you can tell, like 2 stories each, based on the layouts and the doors and windows. And so you guys are now. Let me zoom these in.
This is basically us just driving through this district.
But yeah, he directed you to this area.
Right. Yeah, we
I
had.
couldn't I couldn't finite the weavy nature of the streets. There's no blocks like that at all. It is all swiggly and swaggly. I made it in a pinch. There are no two buildings that are in a straight line with each other.
It's all good.
All right. Well, you're in the rough neighborhood. What would you like to do?
How big of an area is this? What by what?
Oh, let's see. 5,000 or let's see. 5,000 is a mile, so probably about I say probably just about, from the grain district to the part where the buildings are a lot shorter, that gold area, because those are like actual townhouses. You'd figure, if you went all the way out to the quay and kind of looked up and down it, you'd guess it's probably just shy of 2,000 feet across. Eyeballing it, it's a swiggly swaggly city.
Right, right, but it's about 2,000 by 2,000, this area?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that makes it easy. So we just head, I think, to the closest, center of a quadrant of that.
All right. Yeah, you make your way back in from the river and kind of figure out where, if you were in the center of one of the corners of the area where all these quieter buildings are. You do see people, like there's porters and,
Mhm.
a couple of clerks moving through, like they're going from the grain district to the upper district.
Right. And then once we're at the center of that quadrant, I cast locate object for magic crystals with runes.
All right. Well, you cast your spell, get no returns.
All right. Now, is this the southwest, southeast,
Yeah, I was
northeast?
just going southwest. If you had gone
Okay.
out to the, yeah, so you just kind of stayed by the grain district and moved in until you were roughly quartered.
Right, and then moving counterclockwise. So if we were in the southwest, we then move to the center of the southeast quadrant, and we repeat this, casting it in each of the center of the quadrants until we either finish or locate the crystal.
Yeah. You make your way through with your train, casting it in each location, getting to that northwest area and casting it for the final time, and nothing returns for magic crystal with runes.
And this is all residential?
Yeah, like I said, it's you went through a majority of the upper district, and from what you could tell, there was a reasonably high level of activity, though lower than the rest of the city itself. But this particular region of the upper district that you've been navigating through, there is definitely a lot less people moving around.
Yes, but what kind of buildings are they?
The same as the other ones. Like I said,
Right,
all
but
these six
are these like banks? Are these industrial things? Are these storage
residential.
buildings? Okay, that's what I
They're
was
the same
asking.
as the rest of the upper district. Yeah, that's what I
Okay.
was getting. They're the rest of the upper district. There's just less foot traffic here.
Right, you kept talking about how lower density it is, but that wasn't what I was asking.
Yeah.
All right. And I don't suppose when we were driving around, anybody happened to notice one of these guys just on the street?
I mean, everybody wants to roll perception. You can have been eyeballing around as you were traveling through the area.
Perception, you say?
Nobody stood out to you. You didn't notice anybody that fit the description.
Hmm.
Connie Samuel, you guys want to play find the thief? Mr. Jake?
What am I
Hello?
looking for?
Well, were you paying attention to the outside of the carriage looking for the individuals that Alar had identified using
Yes.
minor illusion?
Yes.
Then
I would have been
while
looking.
you were riding around in this rental part of the upper district, Alar was casting locate object and not finding anything, but you could have been using your eyes to see maybe if you recognized any of the faces. So if you'd
Sorry, what
like,
did
you
I
could
miss?
roll
I
a
walked away from my desk.
Hang on a second.
yep, perception check.
What do I need to
If
roll though? What do I need?
perception check.
Yeah.
Yeah, just one perception check for the whole time is all you really need. You didn't see any particular faces that stood out. Nor did you. So nobody's seen any faces that looked familiar to Alar's illusion.
Well, Connie, I think you're just going to have to do this the old fashioned way and start carousing through the bars in the area to see if you can locate them.
Connie's gonna go be a whore.
How much are you charging?
What's the going rate in this part of the city?
Well, you've only really seen like 4 or 5 like drinking establishments in this entire like little part of the upper district, and most of them didn't look busy. As for the going rate, well, there's not exactly a posting of what the going rate is. It's kind of your discretion as the seller of goods.
Well, I'm just gonna walk in and start being me. Pick a spot, the closest spot that I see, and just turn on that charm, baby.
All right, yeah. You go into a place and the first on your little ring, you end up in the northeast, and there is a rather large establishment on the waterfront, and it is the Green Goose. And inside, it is nicely laid out. There is 2 hearths in the center and a bunch of tables and a bar along one side. There's a
Uh, Hey,
barkeep.
really quick, just so I would remember all the faces after I've seen the thing that
Yes,
he
the
showed.
amount of
Okay.
time that has passed, there is not enough reason for your character to have forgotten what they look like.
Got it. Cool.
Yeah, Alar gave exact representation with minor illusion because he
Yeah.
had actual visual confirmation from sticking his eyeballs inside of Lamar's brain.
Yep.
But yeah, you go in there. There's 2 hearths in the center, and they both have eternal coals in them, cutting back the chill. And there's a barkeep. There's a Goliath standing at the bar, polishing a glass. And there's one individual at the far end of the bar. Looks like a human, nursing some sort of red, probably wine, considering the glass, but there's a lot of it in the glass, so it seems odd to you knowing the appropriate proportions of wine to glass size.
I
But
sit
other than
like
that, the
three
place is empty.
chairs. I sit like 3 chairs down from that guy.
Yeah, you walk in, you sit down. The Goliath sets down the glass he was polishing and walks over to you. The man sitting 3 chairs away doesn't even acknowledge you. He's just looking at his drink, takes a sip, sets it down, looking at it. But the Goliath, ah, welcome to the Green Goose. My name's Green.
Nice to meet you, Green.
Well, odd time of day to drink, but we all have our vices. What can I pour you?
I'll have what he's having. I look at that guy and I give him a little smile.
The guy doesn't acknowledge you.
Yep.
He's still sipping, setting, staring, sipping, setting, staring. Mm. Stacky wine. All right. And he turns around and goes over to a wall of kegs. None of them are labeled. Grabs a glass and pours it, and it's about as full as the other guy's glass. And he walks it over and sets it by you. 2 gold.
Yep. Give him 2 gold. Yeah,
Do you even have any money on you?
I do.
Everybody gives their money to Alar and then goes off.
I keep a little bit.
They have to go ask for money from the purse. All right, yeah. You give them the 2 gold. Well, do you try it?
Uh, yeah.
All right, yeah, you take a sip, and it's fairly light in like alcohol content. Like you're like this is light beer. Like that would be the equivalent of how spicy the alcohol flavor, but it is incredibly flavorful. You get a mixture of what you can only imagine would be cinnamon and vanilla, but then there's a sweet berry note and then something incredibly bitter, and that bitter hits you last. And because you're dragonborn, you're fine. But that bitter is really bitter. You'd imagine a normal person incredibly puckered by that.
I look at Green. What the heck was that at the end there?
Oh, stacky wine. That would be their secret ingredient. It is brewed in caves unknown, but it is sought by very few, though very expensive.
Hmm. Well, you haven't met my kind yet.
Dragonborn? Wearing lipstick?
No, my friends and I are in here. For
Are
a short
you
time.
all right? You are
No,
alone.
you know, I just came in. Wanted to sample the local establishments.
Well, you couldn't have picked a finer place, but I would recommend coming back in the evening. Our dinner special tonight is pheasant stew.
Does this place get pretty rowdy?
In this part of town? No. If you're
Well, I
looking
mean,
for rowdy,
sorry,
you
let
would
me
be
rephrase
better
that. Does this
served to
place
go
get
to
busy?
Lays. Oh, yes. Many people come for dinner here. He gestures at the room full of tables. This is like the size of a supper club. There's dozens of tables in here.
Okay. What time does dinner start?
We typically reservations show up around 4, but tables if you don't have one will start opening around 7.
I look over at the sad guy at the end of the table. What do you say, sweet cheeks? Want to grab dinner?
This is the first time he has moved beyond his glass sip stare routine, and he looks over at you and sweet cheeks. What? I
I'm
don't
offering.
even know you.
Sorry, let me rephrase that. Would you like to eat a nice dinner for free?
I don't even know you.
I'm Connie.
Pleasure to meet you, Connie. I'm Harold. Why would I have dinner with you?
You look like you could use a friend, and so could I.
Well, I am not the company you seek. He,
What
he's
company
doing
do
the
you?
very he's doing the very like shoulders pulled in tight, eyeballing up and down.
And what company do you think I am?
The kind who talks to strangers in a bar mid-morning, asking them to dinner. I don't think the category need be much narrower.
Well, there, sir, you are incorrect. Maybe I just like making new friends.
Well, I do not. And he turns and straightens himself back in his chair and picks up his drink, takes a sip, sets it down, and stares at it.
I look over at Green and just kind of like give him like that. What's up with that guy?
Yeah. Comes over, leans on the bar, has his glass in his hand that he's polishing. Well, that Harold is one of the council member's sons, and he just lost a small fortune contract due to some unforeseen complications. So, despite his outwardly coldness, he has reason for it. He is usually a much chipper young lad.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, has he settled his tab yet?
Um, he doesn't have a tab.
Oh, it's like a pay by the drink kind of thing.
Well, no, he's just saying that there's no open tab for the guy. So basically, he's saying yes, just with a little more poise.
Oh, got it. Hmm. Okay. Sitting too close to him to talk shit now.
Yeah, you did sit 3 chairs away, not exactly even whispering distance in a quiet
Yeah.
bar. Because you got to realize,
Yeah.
so the one thing you guys have now noticed this, the city does seem to have eternal coals for most of their heat. Like you noticed it in the inn when you were in the staff area. So there's no crackling fire to talk over. It's pretty dead quiet in here.
Uh, let's see. What do I have here? What do I have here?
Well, that's Stacky wine. That's what you ordered.
Yeah. I need to get my friends' attentions.
who are your friends? You keep mentioning, and yet you sit alone. But regardless,
Oh, sorry, that was out of character.
oh,
Yeah, my apologies.
Now
Connie
the
says in
barkeep's
her
really
head.
confused.
Connie says in her head, and the barkeep reads. You know,
Now, when I walked
This place is
away and I
great barkeep.
barkeep
when
has mind reading abilities. That would be one hell of a bartender right there.
that would be one.
One-sided therapist conversation right there. You come in and start drinking, don't even complain, and he just starts answering all of your problems.
Yes, you should call her. No, you shouldn't send her flowers.
No,
Yes, you are an
never
asshole.
ever send her chocolate. Yes, you were an asshole. Anyway, sorry. What are you doing, Connie?
When I walked into this place, how far did I walk away from my party?
Well, he was at the far end of the bar, and the place is about 80 feet across, so you're like 60, 70 feet from the door. It's a big place.
So, but the party's what, like 80 feet outside of the bar?
Yeah, they're like if they were on the quay out front waiting for you to come back out, they would be probably 80, 90 feet, if not more, because of the colossal size of your wagon train.
You know, I take another sip. This stuff is delicious. I might have. I need to go get one of my buddies who would really enjoy this.
Who you going to get?
Mm, Who who could survive this?
Well, you got human, a human, and a tiefling.
I'm
Those are
getting the
your
tiefling.
choices.
I'm getting the tiefling. I just like walk out to the porch and
Are you leaving?
nope. I'll be right back. Like I said, this stuff is really good. And I want one of my buddies to try this.
All right. Well, I'll pour another glass then, I guess. He turns and goes and grabs a glass.
Put two gold on the table.
Well, I mean, you were walking away, so he's just assuming you're going to pay when you come back.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you go outside. Lizar's sitting on the carriage, whittling.
I just
Well,
wave them all down. Tell them all to come in.
Alright.
What, you found him?
It did.
Good. Let's go.
I walk back in.
Green setting the drink next to yours and then turns and, oh, do you need some more glasses?
I don't think the rest of these little lads can handle this.
Right?
Now I'll take a glass.
Okay. He turns back and gets a glass, fills it, sets it next
We're
to the
back.
other one. So now there's 3 glasses.
Neat. I pick it up and I take a sip.
All right, yeah. Take a sip. And you get, mix of cinnamon, vanilla, berry, and it's really nice for all of a moment. And then this just warhead on steroids sour hits you. And I need you to make a constitution saving throw.
Alright, yeah.
Hmm.
Well, no.
Yeah. You well, good news, it no longer tastes sour. And then you realize you can't taste anything. You have lost your sense of taste for 20 or 28 hours, one day.
I just kind of, I know, like, huh.
Yeah, it tastes like you're drinking water without flavor now. Like it's just a liquid.
I mean, this is both a good and a bad thing. I'm kind of intrigued by this. Yes, it's basically doing the data thing right there.
Yeah, it's just numb.
I just shrug and, well, paid for it, might as well drink the rest of it. I start drinking the rest of it.
It is revolting. But yeah. Mister, you here?
No,
Or did
I'm
he
not
say?
gone. I'm like,
Oh.
need to be demented. No, I'm.
All right. Are you also going to sample the fine cuisine of the Dragonborn brandy? Because you're human, and
No, he's presenting as human.
yes, you're presenting as human, and Connie said you wouldn't have the constitution for this stuff, but she poured a glass for Alar. Alar, are you going to drink some?
Sure.
All right, yeah. You take your drink, and it's sweet berry, cinnamon, vanilla, and then this just appalling sour hits your tongue, and I'll need you to make a Constitution saving throw. Yeah, you drink through it, and then after a little while, the sour turns sweet again, and it's a very very melodious flavor of sweetness, and it's very berry and herbally. But the flavor of sour is completely gone. It's just that first drink was revolting.
Quite.
Mister, after
Huh?
seeing two of your comrades have a incredibly sour, revolting, disgusting look on their face from the drink, are you going to try some?
Of course, I'm not afraid.
All right. Well, I'll need you to make a Constitution saving throw as you partake, and it's sweet, it's berry, it's vanilla, it's cinnamon, and then this just horrendous sour hits your tongue. I'll need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
My sheet's messing up. I'm having trouble with it. Hang on a second.
Oh, all right. But anyway, so yeah, Connie called you all inside. Green is looking at you all very strangely. He did introduce himself. I'm Green. Nice to meet you all.
Oh, nice to meet you as well. I just look around the place. Do I see either of these humans, the dwarf, half elf, Phasmar, or gnome?
No, you see one lone human sitting a few seats away from where Connie was originally sitting.
But not one of the humans that we're trying to locate.
Negative.
So it is. One of the
I didn't
humans.
do well.
I was recovering my dog because it started raining. Hear it on the tin, and I knew she would want to come inside.
Mm-hmm. So sorry, you were a bit unclear. Is it or is it not one of the two humans?
It is not. It is completely different jaw structure, everything. Like this is not even close to one of the two humans that you've seen in Lizar's head.
So I was like Connie and raise an eyebrow.
Sorry.
You dragged your party in here under the false pretense that you found something, so that they could drink my sour wine.
Uh, And I
Yeah, Samuel, you would lose all sense of taste for a day.
yeah, but there's this sad little angry gentleman at the end of the bar.
My eyebrow remains raised.
I love that you found It's Green with a data reference.
Mhm.
You're saying I didn't find the right thing?
Yes, we are looking for a set of particular people, Connie.
Well, at least the wine's good.
Good. I can't taste the fucking thing.
Alar walks out of the bar.
He's like grumpy pants over there, huh?
Did Alar finish his glass of wine?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Well,
I
he's the one that
follow.
got the best flavor profile because he actually beat the con save on it.
Yeah.
It has no effect on Connie, so the sour is just sour to her, but she doesn't have sour taste buds like you guys do. You guys lost all sense of taste, and Alar actually got over the sour and was able to taste the underlying wine.
I enjoyed the taste for about 2 seconds.
But yeah, and yeah, I'm not sure what you were going for, Connie. I'm just asking above table real quick. What was your established train of thought for what you're doing there?
I don't
Just
know.
so we were just
Never
we are just wondering. Not that you did anything wrong. I want you to understand that. I'm
happened.
just curious.
I was happy and a half out for a minute, and all I heard was he's the son of a council member.
That's what Green told you.
Mhm.
Son of the council member that just lost a small fortune on a trade deal that went south.
Yeah. So I didn't think I did indeed think something was there. You know those council person's sons. They always got some shady shit going on behind their backs. I mean, look at Hunter Biden.
Well, yeah, but otherwise we'll be here all day investigating every family member. We have a specific list.
That's fair.
Well, does anybody ask the bartender about the specific list?
Or we can literally just come out and ask.
There's nothing stopping you. There's
Is that
no
what you-
sign that says "Do not inquire inside."
No soliciting.
You know what? I will.
Well, what do you ask him?
I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. Somebody want to autofill for me?
We're
Taylor,
looking
you want
for
to take you wanna take over Connie's PC for a second?
we're looking for a particular group of people who have been engaging in magical thievery inside the town. Mostly because we want to take their thieving methods for our own. But officially we're working with the authorities on this in an unofficial manner.
Oh.
And
Well.
the idea was we were pretty sure they're somewhere around here. So we sent the bard into the inn to carouse and see if she couldn't uncover where these people might be. You know, talk to the barkeep, talk to the patrons, see if anyone's seen anybody like this.
Instead, she found alcohol.
And then you come out and say, "Hey, we found him. We all come marching in there."
You guys gotta try this alcohol. Fucking
And-
worst party bro ever.
Sorry, boys.
And there's just some
Oh.
shitty wine.
Well, no, once you got past the sour, it was actually really delightful.
Yes, but that's like
Alright.
saying after I hit my hand with a hammer that once the swelling goes down, it doesn't hurt as much.
All right, hold on. Green,
Hmm.
honestly, what we're doing in here, what I'm doing here, is man, this wine is delicious. But what I'm doing here is I'm looking for someone here. We're working with the authorities. There's these guys, they're breaking into shit, doing some weird shit. And we are told they might be in this area.
Well,
Who do you?
strangers in the Keys is no uncommon feat, but there has been a group of individuals that I heard were hanging around somewhere in the eastern side. Keep to themselves, odd hours. But I'm not one for gossip. As he starts pouring, he grabs your drink and walks over and starts filling it. That'd be 2 gold and then 6 or 8 gold for the drinks.
Yep. I like this man. You say you're not one for gossip, but here we are.
I haven't the slightest clue what you mean.
They have they ever come out and enjoy a nice meal?
If they did, I wouldn't have a clue that they were in here. I only know in the shape.
And where are you hearing this gossip from?
Well, porters, couriers, the usual.
You got a name of someone you trust?
Not that I trust with you.
I slip him a little extra gold.
How much is a little extra?
How much do I have in my person? I'm up to what, 10 now?
Yeah, for the drink so far, you've handed him 10 coins of gold. Because each in the party has had a glass, and you have had a second now.
All right, give him 10 more.
Well, you could buy a couple of drinks with that. That's for sure. He doesn't reach forward or make any sort of outward action towards it.
All right. Then I put 40 more. Clean 50.
The clink of the coins on the bar, and he looks and he goes, "Well, I do have a good friend that's a courier. Her name is Eliza. She's a halfling with red hair. She makes runs from the gold steps through the bronze steps and throughout the merchant quarter. But she's the one that said they were strange in terms of their hours and their keepings.
Where might I find her?
At this time of day, I
Perhaps.
mean, anywhere between the gold steps and the market.
And if I
But you'll
want,
know her when you see her.
and if I wanted to find her in a specific place where she might be just hanging out.
Do you understand what a courier does?
Eventually, the courier has to stop working.
Yes. It is midday.
I understand that, but it eventually won't be midday.
I see her when she drops off parcels. Exactly one to visit her residence or know her exact schedule. I just know that she works these particular areas.
Okay.
You'll know her when you see her.
Okay. Well, I chug my drink and say, Green, it's been wonderful.
Indeed. And he scoops all the coins into his hand and turns and walks into a back door for a second. Oh, what do you do now?
Oh, you said he walks through a back door for a second. Wasn't sure if he was coming back out.
Yeah, he does come back out and
But it's like
sees your
a.
empty drink.
All right. Well, I get up and I walk out to the party. All right, I actually got something.
I
What
hope
you
it's
got?
not more alcohol.
There's a courier that says that she's seen a group of individuals that are a little on the shady side, keep to themselves, weird schedules, weird hours. And I think that's who we need to go speak to.
Okay, did you get a name or an address or something?
I got a description
And a name.
and a name that you're gonna recite for me right now.
Oh, I forgot how I spelled it.
Would you guys believe me if I told you my note sheet is constantly empty?
Yes.
Not for a second. I wouldn't doubt it for a second. I mean,
And she's got funky hair,
red hair.
red hair,
An uncommon color for halflings.
halfling red hair. So, shall we continue our search?
Well, it sounds like we should try to find this courier.
That's
Do
what I
you-
mean.
Yeah, do you know like what route that they tend to follow, who they were for?
Uh, he, I had to bribe him a little bit, but he seemed a little arrogant on giving me the full info. So he said some shit about some gold stairs and
The gold steps is the upper part of the upper district. That's the
yeah.
gold tiles. And then he also said all the way to the merchant quarter, which is that blue center area. That would be the primary area that she is moving between.
So I think we start at the merchant area and work our way back. Huh? What do you guys
Yep.
think?
Sounds good to me.
Sure.
So you guys move south, heading through the grain district, pushing your way through the crowd of busy working people, the clank and slosh of the city continuing ever in the background. And eventually you make your way into the merchant district, which is massive. and you start making your way around. After about 2 hours of, you know, working through the merchant district, far ahead of you, hopping along the side of the road, across some barrels, you see a red-haired tiefling with a backpack, or a halfling. Sorry, wrong ing. But you only get a glimpse of them before she disappears around one of the many corners of the city.
Oh, you guys see that?
Yeah, let's head that direction.
And you slowly press your way through the crowd with your massive wagon train, and you make your way to where you've seen her, and you don't see her.
She's slippery.
Well, she's a courier moving on foot through a relatively crowded area, and you guys are basically riding around in a 747.
Maybe we have some people split off and not ride in the 747.
Go ahead.
Okay, I
Yeah,
shall
probably
go
somebody
ahead.
with better perception, i.e., not.
Also, somebody that could talk better.
Well, you've been doing fine.
Yeah, aren't you a bard?
No, I think he means like actual
I know, I
cognitive
know.
load, not character. No, Jake. You've actually been doing good. You got a little distracted with the wine, but that's what happens. Well, yeah. So you hop down from the carriages and start making your way, kind of just keeping a north-ish direction, and you get over to the grain district, weaving through the streets. Olivia, make a perception check and an investigation check as you're trying to pick up the trail of this quick little halfling courier.
Perception check
Yep.
and investigation.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm double zeros on that. Perception. Oops. Investigation.
Yeah. And you're, it's a lot easier for you to make your way through these, bustling grain streets. And you catch another glimpse of a halfling with red hair, satchel on their back, and they're about 100 feet ahead of you. And so you push through, and eventually catch up to them as they're turning and looks like they're heading north back into the brass steps. And the streets widen up as you get out of the grain quarter, and it's a lot easier to move. And so by the time you rush through the crowd and push up to them, you're about 75 feet behind her.
Yeah, we're gaining.
Well, you're moving at a steady pace, unless you're dashing. Like she's 75 feet ahead of you, moving at the same speed that you're moving at.
Well, yeah, then I'm dashing.
All right, you run after her,
Well,
feet clopping on
okay, all
cobblestone.
right, all right, all right. I run after her for a little bit, but if once it starts getting weird, I stop running after her.
I mean, you're a female dragonborn. What's weird about that? That looks like a sex trap.
Yeah, but I don't want
Bananas.
to look like I'm gonna rape her or something, you know?
Yeah, you run up until you're a couple paces behind, and then you kind of slow up. She's well within talking distance now that you're not shouting or being awkward about it. And it's a reasonably quiet stretch of street.
Excuse me.
She looks over her shoulder. Me?
Yes,
She she slows by like half a step or two so you can walk alongside her, but she does not stop.
that's fine. I walk be alongside her. Um,
Uh, you're a strange one.
yeah. So I've been told. Uh, but yeah, my name is Connie. Um, and I just had a delightful experience with Green over at the bar.
Oh, Green's Goose. Yeah, I
Green's
deliver there
Goose.
occasionally.
Yeah. Well,
What do you
so
want with me?
well, my friends and I are here looking for some people, and Green tells me you might be the person to talk to.
I don't do much with people. Packages is
He tells me that you know some people that live up here that act kind of shady, weird hours, don't really talk much, keep to themselves.
Oh yeah, they are a strange group. I know who you're talking about. What do you want with them?
Do you ever deliver to them?
No, I can point them out to you.
Oh, well, that is exactly what I might be looking for.
She pulls a watch out of her pocket. I can still make my delivery. Come with me. And she turns and she basically kind of like does a not quite a run, but like a double paced fast walk. And she starts heading over to an area you're somewhat familiar with, but only in passing. It's not like you know every house and the layout of the thing or anything like that. But you've came through this area recently. And she points at a building. It's a six-story building. Sorry, this is where the end of my build is and improvisation starts because I didn't think you guys would get through every different route that I had. But
Yeah, once
anyway,
you start breaking plates, man, shit moves fast.
you guys actually spent a lot of it up with the Lamar stuff with that. But anyway, yeah, and she points it out, and um, think of like the best way to describe it would be like two horseshoes that are back to back but not touching.
Hmm.
And she's pointing at one of them, and you can see the windows on the first floor are all curtained and shuttered. And the second and third floor, well, it's 6 stories. So first and second is one floor. The suites are basically a floor. That's how they refer to them.
Mm-hmm.
And she points at, yep, they're staying on the first suite there.
Hmm.
Is that all
Well,
you
cool.
wanted? Just find your friends?
Honestly, that's all I needed. Unless, like I said, unless you've done deliveries or you know anything else that might be helpful.
No, never to them. I primarily work for the trade individuals and the merchant princes and things like that. I do more high-end deliveries for sensitive materials. But
Let me ask you.
if mm, she uh, she groans a little and yes.
When you're dealing with these trade people, have you been hearing about things going missing?
Um, not as of late. There was a rumor a couple months back of somebody's vault being emptied, but I haven't heard anything of the sort since.
Hmm.
Sounded
Okay.
like it was more of a rumor than an actual truth. But you never know in a city like this.
Yeah. Cool.
Well, I have my deliveries to make. I'm glad to have helped you found your friends. Take
Thank you.
care. And she turns and starts just basically booking it north.
Yep.
That same fast walk.
Okay. Well, the mental note good enough on this one?
Yeah, the layout and the strangeness of the city of Hydar itself makes the buildings unique enough, and the size of the district is not large enough that you would get lost coming back to this place. You'd pretty easily be able to navigate here.
Cool.
Like 2 blocks in from the grain quarter, it's a about 6-7 blocks from the river. You got a really good idea where this is.
Cool. And you said it's pretty cleared out here, like not really anybody around.
Yeah, like so your entire walk, you guys were going from the like eastern edge of the grain quarter, and then you went into the Brass Keys, which is the first part of the upper district. And then she, kind of hung a left, or the Brass Steps, sorry. And then she, basically hung a left and pointed out the building, and then you hung her up for a little bit while. And when you first came into the Brass Steps, there was a reasonable amount of people on the streets. There's, a dozen or so that you could see in any standing position. You could see constables patrolling, things like that. But now over here in what's, you've heard it called the Keys a couple of times. You've seen probably a quarter of that in terms of people walking around and milling.
Okay. Cool. Well, I just start walking back, retracing my steps to the party.
Yeah, and you guys eventually reconnect.
Found it.
Takes you a little while, but thank God the party is walking around in a 747. They're kind of hard to miss, even in the hustle and bustle of a grain city like this, where, grain season is in full swing and there's nonstop grain carts everywhere. You guys still somehow manage to stand out.
That's what we do.
Found it.
Mm-hmm.
Now all you got to do is get that ballista mounted.
Well, we'll do that while we're like parked like right in front of this house, just menacingly assembling the ballista.
Go get that freaking wiry elf. Have him build it for you on the wagon.
All right.
But anyway, so yeah, you guys meet back up. I'm assuming Connie shares the intel.
I do indeed.
Yeah. So now you guys have a target. But it is getting relatively late in the evening. This is taking you a long time of marching back and forth across town, dealing with traffic, and you realize the sun's starting to go down a little bit.
Well, let's not give him a chance to go. We should go now. If we need to, we can take potions of watchful rest.
All right. So you head back up into the upper district and start making your way towards the Keys, toward the specific. I don't even know what to call it.
U-shaped.
Well, no, it's the terminology of it's high end property, but it's not like an individual's house. It's 2 floors or an apartment.
So it's a duplex.
No, it's a 6-story building with 3 different suites in it. Every 2 floors is a suite.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's just an apartment building.
Yeah, it's really big apartments, like rich people apartments.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and then on your way there is where we'll call it.
All right.
A little early, but I expected you guys to take a little bit longer with Lamar being stubborn and not just go immediately to. So we're gonna break all your plates
It'd be a real shame if something
and
happened to your
threaten
mom's
you